So I have been a nurse for 54 years, and I've been with the Parkview Huntington Hospital for 37 years. I worked in the operating room, and I was blessed to work with a great group of surgeons and healthcare workers. And literally, that's where I wore out my knees. I could not do the walking anymore. I was in continual pain, and I just knew that I had to do something in order to have my quality of life back. So at that point, I went to see Dr. Steve Winder in Huntington. And when he took the x-ray, well, it was pretty much bone on bone. There's a lot of alternative things that you can do to help, but I was beyond that.
She had gotten every last mile out of those knees. And she was suffering too, so it was quite a bit of pain involved, and it had some impact on her everyday life. So at that point, we both decided that the next best step was to replace her knees.
I was fortunate to work the number of years that I did with Dr. Winder. He not only had the ability to do the surgeries well, he had the personality to sit and talk with people. And the dynamics that he and I had was more like a brother and sister relationship.
Ruth has always meant a lot to me because she was such a calming force for me when I first started here in 2000. And she had a lot of insight in caring for patients. And she has a level of compassion that is upper echelon, in my opinion. And, she did such a great job with our day-to-day running of the OR that we entrusted her with running the patient education part of it.
I had taught the ortho experience class for Dr. Winder and his patients, so I already knew a lot of what needed to be done. So I was riding 16 miles a day on my stationary bike. So that prepared my body ahead of time as far as the exercise part. However, eating correctly too is very important. Your water intake is very important. And then I continued that regime after the surgery too. Well, it's always hard to be the patient and not the caregiver. And yet I knew at Huntington Parkview that I was in good hands because that team that's there are just very compassionate and caring people. The morning of surgery, the beautiful thing was that I asked, Dr. Winder to pray with us. So my daughter was on Facebook Live, and my other daughter prayed, and we all held hands and prayed before I went to surgery. So I knew who was in control.
Well, the surgery went fantastic, and Ruth did a fabulous job preparing herself for the surgery. And the most gratifying thing for me was that her recovery went very well.
Having a big support system, having prayer in your life, those little things help tremendously. And then, of course, my essential oils, I diffuse my oils in my bedroom. There's calming oils. So the oils were always diffusing in my house. Sunshine was very important. So I'd sit out on my front porch every single day. So that was a part of my recovery too, and why things went, I think, very well. I feel like I have my life back. I can dance, I can mow my own lawn, all my yard work. Last summer, I was climbing up on ladders, painting my porch again. Absolutely. There isn't anything that I can't do.